Best of High End.
Experience the beauty of audio and video.
Yeah, the question of how do privately I experience sound at home. Yeah, people ask me very often, and do you still have vinyl, or do you have like, yeah, probably you have the best audio equipment at home. And honestly, there's like different things for me. Yeah, from a sound quality perspective, I think the improvements made, going to high sample rates, to digital, I think it brings us a little bit closer to the natural sound if it is done right, because that's the problem. Digital means not always better, and that is a little bit the marketing confusing us. Yeah, and I understand that analog is in fact the best quality. But what's now analog again? Yeah, we have now analog tapes, and I see people coming again to analog tapes, and I love analog tapes because they give a kind of a color, they give a kind of a flavor to the sound, and that relates to a certain emotional aspect. Yeah? So I remember when I was working with tape, and the years I heard tape, and tape has as well a special compression which you cannot do in the same way. That's just like an organic way of compressing. Yeah, and let's say there are like different emotional aspects related to this let's say analog technology. Yeah. While digital seems to be sort of more real, and we have the same comparison, let's say, with film stock and with digital picture. Yeah, people say in the beginning but digital picture that's like so real. Why film has that kind of look, the film look. Yeah, it's almost a little bit the same thing. Yeah, it's and that's where the emotions we're talking about. Certain people will say, but I like more that real thing. It brings you closer. Yeah. And I think there are different aspects on it. Yeah, I think one of the most important thing is, how are we getting immersed? I think that's the more important thing. How are we getting immersed? And I see in the evolution of sound and in picture in the audio video industry a fantastic next step. It's all going to our subconscious, because if you have, let's say, sound in 3D, that brings you subconsciously more in the whole experience. Same thing is with picture. We are talking now about 4K. We are talking about high dynamic range. But I think, in my point of view, it's not the most important for an immersive experience. The high frame rate, bringing so many pictures that our brain cannot, our subconscious brain cannot see the difference or experience the difference anymore between a real picture and what you reproduce. Yeah, that's as well there. And I think when those two coming together, and we see now the technology is almost there, that we can have 60 frames per second in 4K quality in 3D if necessary, together with sound in 3D, that brings a completely new experience. And I've seen already a few top directors on the world where we are working with at this moment, and they bring a few new products in entertainment industry, and I believe that's really a next area in front of us, and I'm looking forward to come to a completely different level in gaming, in music, in movies, in sports. It brings us really, it translates us, or it transforms us immediately to almost like being at a place. It's like in Star Wars, we are suddenly in another place. I think that's almost close to reality now. Yeah, that's just because of the technology brings us there. And I think that's the most important part, that technology is just a way to bring that enhanced experience to us everywhere.
Best of High End.
Experience the beauty of audio and video.
Sign up for free
at bestofhighend.com.